Welcome back, everybody. You know where we live, these little garden snakes, there's no stranger. I have a few in my yard. One of them I call Blackie. He scares me every time I see him just because they're so quick.
And for most of us, our gut reaction is to get rid of them. But Kelly Diedring Harris, Queen of the Jungle, is here to tell us, don't trust your gut, love.
That's right.
Oh, I love that intro, you guys. That's perfect. That's absolutely right. We're each holding a snake. I'll tell you what you've got. This is a Florida king snake.
Hi there.
King snakes are common throughout the United States. Actually, all of these snakes are common all across the country. You're holding an albino corn snake.
Beautiful.
That's why he's got that white coloration and those red eyes.
And would this be common to see in one's yard?
The albino, no, because it would stand out, so it would be more susceptible to predators. Okay. But a corn snake, yes. This just happens to be an education snake from nature's classroom, so he's got a very posh life.
Yeah, I guess so.
He doesn't have to worry about hawks or owls or whatever else might eat him. And then, of course, I'm holding a very common rat snake. This is a red rat snake, but there are yellow rat snakes, gray rat snakes. You name a color, there's a rat snake, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
Now, I've never seen one of these in my yard, and if I did, I probably would jump back, but are these quite common?
The Florida king snakes aren't very common. King snakes in general are a little bit more elusive, so you're not going to see them as often. But I wanted to bring this one because you can see how big this snake is.
Yes.
And he's kind of menacing looking. The reason that I feel like people, you guys are great because neither of you show any fear whatsoever, but most people, especially some folks in the green room, get a little bit squeamish because we don't understand them. So it's most important just to learn about them. And even my neighbor the other day was telling me,
going up my
because it's warm, that's why. So even my neighbor was telling me, oh yeah, Kelly, I had a snake come, near my house, and I got out my shovel and I chopped his head off because he was afraid.
Right.
And I said, well, do you have rats in your house? And he does. And the reason that snakes are so important to the native ecosystem is because they eat rodents. And so if you're complaining about rats in your house, you shouldn't be killing snakes outside of your house. Now, you shouldn't be killing anything, I don't think.
Right.
So just learn about them. I don't want to tell anybody to approach them. There are venomous snakes throughout the United States. Now, there's 200 different species of snakes, and 170 of those are non-venomous. So chances are, if you see a snake in your yard, it's a non-venomous species, and it's not going to hurt you.
And you can easily go online really quickly and just put a description of what it looks like, and right away you'll find out whether it's dangerous or not.
That is absolutely right. So the best advice is just to not approach a snake. If you're frightened of it and you're worried that it's coming too close to your family, they're frightened of us. You can scare it off.
Sure.
Yeah, they're quick. So you just scare it off with a hose, or just make a little bit of noise around it, and it's going to get the heck away from you. But don't kill it because it's a very integral part of our ecosystem.
Well, I worry about my dogs outside because one day there was a dog, I mean 2 dogs, mine, and there was a snake in the yard, and it was just a black snake.
Right.
But I was more worried about the snake than I was about the dogs, and my husband's more worried about the dogs because he says even though it's not venomous, it'll probably bite our dogs.
Well, the truth of the matter is snakes want to bite what they can eat. Okay, because they're cold-blooded, which means they don't have a lot of energy to expend. Like you and I, our metabolism works quickly. We sleep at night and we have energy for the next day. Snakes need to warm up in the sunlight to have any kind of energy. So the only energy they want to expend is that which is going to feed them.
Right.
So if that snake feels like it's got to defend itself against your dog, it might bite, but chances are it just wants to get the heck away from your dog. So it's not going to expend that energy to bite.
Good.
And if it's a non-venomous species, it's a completely harmless bite.
Sure.
Well, now the black snake that I have in my yard is about probably 5 feet long. He's been around for about 3 years, and he seems to regularly keep the rats away.
Yeah.
Because we had that problem once.
And let me know when you see it, when I'm over, okay? Don't send me out in the yard.
You'll know because I'll hear you scream just like Nancy does.
I don't mind snakes in a controlled environment.
Right.
It's just they do tend to scare you a little just because they move so quickly.
And they are frightening. Now, farmers actually use corn snakes. That's where they get that name, is because they hang out in the cornfields and eat the rats.
Right.
So they're actually, really great for the environment. And if you just know what you're looking at, and don't harm it.
Okay.
You can call like a wildlife expert if it's a venomous species, and they'll come remove it for you.
Love the reptile. Love you, Kelly. Thank you.
Queen of the Jungle, Kelly Diedring Harris. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up on Daytime, we will give you the 5 laws for over-the-top job success.
Stay with us.
Celebrating